friends, let's get started with making embossed ink swiped note cards. These are so easy to put together. I just wanted to share with you some that I have already made, and today I'll be making one of these. There are two card techniques that are being used over here. One is embossing and the other one is ink swiping. So we do need a few tools and supplies. So let's go ahead and get started making this embossed cards. This is something that you can use. You can make them beforehand and either give it as a gift, or you could even keep them in your stash if you want to add it to a gift that you are giving. So you can put this as in a neat package and give this together. So some of the things that you need: we need a card base. I've taken the 110 weight cardstock. This is pretty heavy cardstock here. And I have taken 4¼ by 11, which is a standard size A2 card base, and folded it in half. I also have a 4×4 green cardstock. This is a lighter weight cardstock that I can easily use for paneling. And I have another scrap piece of cardstock that measures 3¼ by 3¼ To start off, we'll do some embossing on this cardstock. I wanted to show you my embossing folder that I'm using here. Maybe you can see it more clearly right now with the pattern. It's a very intricate design. Wanted to use this. Let's first start with forming the sandwich, the embossing sandwich. So there's a A plate and then one B plate, the embossing folder with the paper in the middle, another B plate on top, and I'll run it through my cuttle bug. I have a manual cuttle bug with me, but if you have other die cutting machines, you can use any pattern, any design, anything that you have. Run it through back and forth a little bit. Get the cuttle bug out of the way. And this is the big reveal. This is the most exciting part, to see how the embossing has done its magic. There you see it. It's a very intricate design here. On this cardstock, I'm going to start off by bringing in my green ink pad and following the second technique that I was talking about, which is ink swiping. So you could just move gently your ink pad on top of your embossed area, and because of the raised and the depressed areas that have come from embossing, this design is going to just show up more brightly when you do this. I'll bring in my darker shade of brown and do the exact same thing right on top of this. You'll see how that's going to change the look, especially since I'm using brown. That brings in a little bit of a distressed look to the cardstock. At this point, if you think that there is some excess ink, you can gently wipe that off or blend it in. The unique thing about ink swiping is each time it will create a different effect depending on how much pressure you apply, what is the design of your embossed section. It's going to create a different design each time, and the look is going to be slightly different each time. So that's the whole best part about crafting. It's handmade and it has to look handmade. It's not machine made. It's not the same design coming up again and again. I'll come back in with my green cardstock, green ink pad, and swipe it one more time to allow the green to sneak in through some of those white that is showing over here, just to get a little bit more darker shade of green on the cardstock. That's a look that I am quite happy with. I'm going to bring in my paper towel again, or soft cloth, and then wipe this down just to get the extra ink to move off. Wipe my surface. Mine's a DIY craft mat surface that I just made. I just wipe that clean. I'll wipe it up later, but this should do for now. Bringing my panel and my card base back in. It's time to adhere the panel. Sorry. Excuse me. You can use any kind of glue here. I did use my tape gun. Liquid glue should work as well. And then the panel that you have, put that on your card base. Okay, we're almost there. Now the lower section, I decided to use the ink swiping technique again and come back in with my green ink pad and just do a gentle swipe. It doesn't have to be a perfect straight line. This is crafting, it's not science. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect each time. So just try and use it so the color pops up and color shows up. This is just to get that card to get a little bit of an extra dimension, just an extra color and look and brightness, rather than a whole big blob of white. That's it. Some stamping. I have my Just a Note stamp, which you'll probably be able to see it this way. Just a Note stamp on my acrylic block, and I am bringing back the same brown ink pad that I was using before. I'll get the stamp completely inked up, and with one firm press I roughly center it and press it down and apply pressure. It's not perfectly straight, but it should do. And there you have it. A card made in no more than 3 to 5 minutes, I would say. Just wanted to bring in the rest of the cards as well and show you how each one looks different from the other. I hope you like it. If you like this video, please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one.